You ever feel like technology is just getting way too complicated? Well, today, we're going to hit the reset button. We are going back to the absolute basics by looking at how we explain computers to the people who are just starting out, first graders.
So I gotta ask you, straight up, do you think you could pass a first-grade computer test? It sounds almost silly, right? But sometimes it's those really fundamental questions that tell you the most.
All right, let's actually find out. We've got our hands on a real sample paper from the International Cyber Olympiad, made specifically for first graders. So think of this as a little pop quiz. No pressure, of course, but let's see how you do. Ready? Let's kick things off with round one. This is all about the biggest, most fundamental question of all. What exactly is a computer?
Okay, here's your first question. A computer is it A, a bad thing, B, a useless thing, or C, a machine? Go ahead, lock in your answer. Let's see how you did.
And the answer is C, machine. Yep. According to the test, the whole definition is just man-made things designed to make our work easier. It's that simple. 1 for 1.
All right, on to the next question. And I have to say, I love how this one is phrased. A computer's food is A, electricity, B, water, or C, gas. What do you think?
If you said A, electricity, you got it. And what's really cool here is how the test connects that idea of food to the computer's identity. It's the electricity that makes it an electronic machine. That's a really brilliant, simple way to teach that difference.
Okay, final question for this round. True or false? A computer can get tired. This one really gets at one of the biggest differences between us and the machines that we build.
The answer is, of course, false. A key concept they teach here is that computers, unlike you and me, do not get tired. And that means they can work and work and work and, as the test points out, keep giving accurate results without getting worn out. So, let's put all that together. Based on round one, the first grade definition of a computer is basically this. It's a man-made, electronic machine that uses electricity for food, it follows our commands, and it never ever gets tired. That just perfectly lays out the foundation.
So, how are you doing? 3 for 3 so far? Good. Let's move on to the next section and see how things build from here. Round 2 is all about the hardware. We're calling it Name That Part.
Oh, this is a classic. I'm sure you've heard this one a million times. Which physical part of the computer do we call its brain? And of course, it is the CPU, the central processing unit. The test explains its job so simply, it's the part that helps the computer think and process our commands. It's the decision maker. So what about the other big pieces? Well, the test breaks them down like this. The monitor, that's what shows you everything. The words, the pictures. The keyboard is pretty simple. It's for typing. And the mouse, that's how you move that little pointer around and click on stuff. Just a very clean, simple, function-based way to see it. All right, for our final round, we're going to shift from what a computer is to how it actually works. This is round 3, how computers think. Now we're getting into the logic of it all. Let's kick this off with a little fill in the blank. The instructions you give to a computer are known as what? Is it A, commands, B, processing, or C, return? Go on, make your choice. The correct answer here is A, commands. And this is a really important idea. The test makes it super clear that a computer doesn't just do things on its own. It's totally dependent on the instructions, the commands that we give it. So how do those commands actually play out? The test material uses this fantastic analogy, a juicer. It's a really simple 3-step cycle. Step 1 is input. You put the oranges in. Step 2 is the process. The juicer does its thing, it squeezes them. And step 3 is the output. You get juice. Input, process, output. See? Okay, now let's apply that exact same logic to a computer. The test gives perfect examples here. The oranges are the input for the juicer, right? Well, what you type on a keyboard is the input for a computer. The juice is the output. And what comes out of a printer? Well, that's the computer's output. It's a really brilliant, easy-to-grasp comparison.
And that's it. That's the end of our quiz rounds. So, how did you do?
Let's wrap it all up with one last question to see if you really got the big picture. Okay, here's your final question, and it brings everything we just talked about together. Which of these statements is true? A, a computer is a man-made thing. B, a computer is an electronic machine. C,
a computer needs commands to do work? Or D, all of the above?
And the answer, of course, is D, all of the above. If you got that one right, then congratulations, you have officially mastered the core principles of computing, well, at least according to a first-grade cyber Olympiad. And that's really the whole point of this. When you think about it, no matter how complex our world gets with AI and smartphones and cloud computing, it is all still built on these exact same super simple first-grade rules. It's man-made, it's electronic, and it's just sitting there, waiting for our commands.
So, I guess I'll just leave you with this to chew on. We teach first graders that a computer is just a tool that only follows our instructions. So, what's the lesson in that simple truth that maybe we, as adults, should try to remember a little more often?